everybody? Welcome back to Nature's BS. I am back. I haven't been here for a couple of weeks, so it's nice to be back and nice to see Andy and Nick. Even though Andy, I actually can't see your webcam on my Discord.
Oh, you see, I'm hiding from you.
Yeah, so I actually thought you didn't turn it on, but then I've realised you've started the stream and I can see you on my monitor.
Hello,
But it's
cat.
fine. Yeah, nice to see you up there. Oh well, you've got a nice picture of a nice bird with your picture,
Yeah,
so it's
there
fine.
we go.
I can just talk to that. But yeah, how have you both been? What have I missed?
Oh, what has
Ooh.
she
Oh,
missed, Nick? We have started a new stream on Friday nights. So when I play
oh,
Planet Crafter, we've got a gaming stream every Friday for Planet Crafter, which has been so much fun. We've played one episode together so far, and it's been absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, so please tune in for that, folks. I can't remember where I went to get lots of cool pictures of birds the other day.
I was a new reserve,
Oh,
and
that's
I
right,
can't remember
Skylark.
either.
Yeah, I went to Skylark
Ah,
Reserve,
yes.
south of Nottingham,
oh, nice.
which was lovely, and I missed a corncrake. Was it a corncrake? No, it was a water rail. Sorry, I missed a water rail by about 10 minutes.
Hmm.
So
What
shucks.
someone told you about it as you
Yeah,
got
yeah.
there?
Somebody I know
Did
as
you
well.
try,
And
did you try and stick around for it?
I stuck around
Or
for about half an hour,
yeah,
but they're so skittish, so it's very unlikely. It's be one of those birds that you're like, oh, it's there. So, what about you, Nick? What have you been up to? What is
Trying to think.
cat missed from you?
Yeah, I think I did a bit of mushroom. I went on a mushroom walk
ooh,
a week or so ago. So I talked about that, which is nice. Kind of at the end of the wax cap season. There are a few out every now and then, but most of them have gone over. But still finding a few, which is nice.
ah, I love them. That's so nice. Oh, they're so pretty.
Yeah, just the range of like the shapes, textures, colors, the variety of patterns. Yeah, it's a really fun time to just walk around looking for random fungi.
Nice. Where did you go? Where did you go to look for your fungi?
I went to two reserves around Bangor here in North Wales. I went to Nantporth and Athinog. And Athinog is a reserve for its grassland wax caps.
Oh,
So there's a great number there. Bit over, but still great number, which is really nice to see.
So basically, what you're saying
yeah,
is, if I want to see wax caps, I need to get over there October next year.
Definitely. It's like all the mountains
God.
around here, even though they're kind of heavily sheep grazed, sometimes you just find them, yeah, just like covering the hillside. It's very cool.
I was gonna say, yeah, is Wales particularly good for fungi because it's so wet? But then is it cold
Yeah,
enough? I mean, it's quite
I
cold,
think
sorry, so
in the right places, it's great. And so much places are heavily grazed that can actually benefit seeing the fungi a bit easier just because it's the sward, like the grass
yeah,
height is so short, you can
yeah.
see the mushrooms a bit easier. But yeah, it is a very good place. Great variety of habitats. To get like sand dune specialist fungi or like woodlands, like upland grass, and so it's a very good place for mushrooms.
You're a bit spoilt for choice.
Yeah,
She
very
has just
lucky.
reminded us in chat saying no shroom showdown or mushroom mayhem this year. Winky.
Oh,
Uh,
That's
and
true.
and then turn and said it's been a bad year for me. Oh. But Barack
Oh,
Obama's picked him up by saying your picks have been great, Pooks. Yes, they have been great. There's been lots of really good fungi pictures in our folder on Discord, which is fantastic. So if you keep seeing them, keep posting them, because fungi are out all year round. So please do keep posting them, and we should definitely do a shroom showdown.
yeah, we really should.
And we need to.
I think,
We'll have a chat after the stream,
mm,
and we'll book a date for it
yeah,
that all three of us can be on, and then we'll get everybody else's on there as well. I'll make sure I download everybody else's images and get them on
yeah,
like a video or something like that. I can spend an evening just putting that together.
yeah,
Shroom
that,
Showdown special.
yeah,
Good.
award ceremony. for the shrooms.
Oh, Nathan says, realised I hadn't posted any wildlife encounters so quickly. Put in a bunch of beetles and a really rare whirl snail I found.
Ooh.
We'll have to check that out in a second.
That'd be very cool.
We haven't done to see who's in chat. So we've got Pookie in chat. Hello, Pookie. Barnacle Bum, Nathan, Spooky Femera. Hello, Spooky. It's been a while since we've seen you. I hope you are well. So cool. Perfect clickbait. Hee hee. Yes, it is. I'm going to go look now. I'm going to onto my phone. And I'm going to go look at wildlife.
Yeah, yet again, I just have to say the wildlife encounters and just any of the folders we have is just like such a wholesome scrolling experience.
Yeah.
It's like social media, just like, oh, this person saw this really cool bit of wildlife, and
So
they just love telling people about it.
So Nathan says a rather rare tiny whirl snail, Vertigo genesi, I found while doing habitat management for an even rarer whirl snail that's restricted to very few sites, Vertigo gieri. I apologise if that is poorly pronounced. And a bunch of beetles. I'm not going to go through all the beetle names.
Latin bingo right there.
Awesome. And there we go. Let's see if we can get that on screen. There we go. Bit closer, bit closer. There it is there.
How was that taken? It just looks like it's like levitating.
It does, doesn't it?
They're jumping through the air. Whoa!
Yeah.
Jumping snails.
Wow, the Vertigo genesi was about 1.5 millimeters long.
Whoa.
So it's like a whirlwind of a day out. Well done, Barnacle. That's brilliant.
Hey.
It's on a Petri dish.
Ah, that makes more sense. Yeah, that makes sense. It's not levitating. It would be cool if it was, but...
Go out and find a levitating snail next week, Nathan.
Sent a photo of it with a
I wouldn't
ruler.
be surprised.
Sent a photo of it with a ruler. Let's have a look. There it is.
I'm curious, Nathan.
Oh my word! Seriously, look at that.
Teeny tiny.
So it goes to show how small it is that the markings on the ruler are actually squiggly.
Oh wow!
That's amazing.
Look.
That is small.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you even found it.
That's what I mean. Imagine if you accidentally dropped it. You'd be like, "Where's it gone?" Like
lost forever.
You lost forever.
It looks like a walnut whip chocolate.
You know what? Definitely.
Nice, Barnacle. Well said.
I'm curious. You're saying you're doing habitat management for an even rarer whirl snail. What kind of habitat management does that involve? Because I bet it's like a tidal area. How do you do habitat management for a tidal area? I'm just really curious. That sounds really cool.
Mm.
Maybe that's a conversation we need to have off stream with Nathan.
Yeah. So I've done like habitat management on like a woodland or a grassland, which doesn't disappear every 6 hours.
And it's there.
Yeah.
And it's
that sounds really cool.
And it's there.
You just have to work
with
it quickly.
Dig a hole. Oh, it's gone again.
Yeah. Keep persevering. Just a can-do attitude. That's all you need.
Next day. You can do anything you set your heart to.
Brilliant. Cool. Right, shall we move on then? Because we've got a lot to get through. Some really cool wildlife encounters coming up. And then we have some news. And obviously some species focus. But will we start off with the news? Because last week we started off with the news, didn't we, Nick?
We did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We yes, we can discuss at some point. That'd be awesome, Nathan. I'd love to hear more about it. It'd be very interesting. Yeah, we mixed it up last week. We got the news out the way, and then we did all the cool stuff at the end.
Let's go for it then.
Yeah.
Let's get around.
Straight in with the good news, I'm sure.
Cool.
Yes. Yeah, that's the only thing. If it's bad news, then we're kind of going in like all guns blazing.
Welcome to the stream. Here's the bad news.
I'm gonna start off with a. Didn't want that to happen. There we go. I'm gonna start off with something which is pretty cool. I've got to make sure that this works. That's not working very well, is it? Give me a second, folks. While
There's no such thing as tech issues here.
never a tech issue.
It's all part of the plan.
On this stream. We didn't have any last week at all, did we?
No, I can't remember what happened or what didn't happen. Wink.
No.
Yeah.
Nobody could hear us for a while.
Yeah, I feel like there was one problem, and then no one could hear us, and then we tried to fix it, and then there was still another problem or something like that. But
I think that how long was it left until you realised you couldn't? No one could hear you? That's the awkward thing.
It's like, thanks for coming to the stream, everyone. Oh, why can't you hear us? 2 hours later.
And you're muted. You're muted. That's the most awkward thing.
At the end of the presentation.
Thankfully, we have Pookie in chat to keep us right. So,
yeah.
So there we go. Anyway, as you can see on the screen, from Bird Guides, which you can't see on the screen, this is from Bird Guides. First for bird news. White-tailed eagle to be reintroduced to Exmoor. So white-tailed eagles is to be reintroduced to Exmoor, with the Roy Dennis Wildlife Foundation and Forestry England set to release birds at the national park. Both organisations have been involved in reintroducing white-tailed eagles to the Isle of Wight since 2019, and now plan to release a small number in the West Somerset and North Devon. So far, a total of 37 eagles have been released through the project, and in 2023 a pair bred successfully for the first time in West Sussex. The same pair nested again this year. Look at that beautiful picture. Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
One day.
This is something Barnacle Bone will probably have landing in her garden.
Yeah.
Exmoor eagles. Zoe Smith of the Roy Dennis Wildlife Foundation said, "The brilliant thing is we've seen what positive impact this bird has had on the ecosystem. Since 2019 we've been releasing eagles on the Isle of Wight, and that project has gone really well. Exmoor has been identified as an area they really like. They have a long stretch of coastal woodland and a moorland. They also have a lot of prey on Exmoor." Rich Eels, a ranger for Exmoor National Park, said the species used to breed in Exmoor, and added, "You look at a lot of place names along the coast and they mean things like Eagle Ridge, so the clue is in the name. In the 1700s, if you were lucky to live by the coast, you could get your hands on some quality fish like bass that were reserved for the high classes. The eagles were persecuted because they were a threat to our fish stocks." Iconic species. Exmoor National Park plans to host engagement events to show to share how the project is progressing. Steve Egerton-Reid from the Forest of England commented, "White-tailed eagles are a truly iconic species. The positive reaction that people have had to them since the reintroduction project began in 2019 has been incredible. Plans are also afoot to release white-tailed eagles in Cumbria."
Cumbria.
Yes, up north near in the Lake District and stuff. It'd be fantastic.
Oh, well, that is good news. Yeah, I understand, Andy, why you wanted to open with the news. That's a nice.
That's fantastic. I honestly, this really excites me.
Oh yeah.
Knowing that when I was growing up, white-tailed eagles were not a thing in the United Kingdom. Golden eagles were the only eagles we had, because white-tailed eagles had basically been persecuted out of existence, and then the reintroduction, which has happened across in the northwest of Scotland, has been so successful that I saw my first one 4 or 5 years ago.
That's so cool.
That is very cool. But yeah, because
I even lost a pair of sunglasses because I was watching one.
Worth it.
You have to take them off so quick. You're like, whoa.
I still have that video.
It's worth it. That's fine. That is really nice news. I mean, to imagine seeing white-tailed eagles in these places, I just couldn't even fathom it.
Yeah, like I'm from near Exmoor originally. I grew up there, and just thinking like, you wouldn't have eagles there. Of course not. You never had eagles there, but thinking soon and like in the long term. You're like, oh yeah, there's just the local eagles here. Like, that'd be such a cool thing to have. Be really exciting.
Be like our red kites over here. Oh,
Yeah.
just
Yeah. You could be like,
eagles.
oh, there's loads of red kites around here.
Yeah, loads of eagles here. Yeah.
And if you've never seen one, I highly recommend getting to a place where you can see them. So, really, really good chance of seeing them down south at RSPB Arn. So get yourself there if you possibly can. Northwest of Scotland, so Isle of Mull is where I go to see them. I've seen them on Sky. They're just incredible, and you know when you've seen one. Wow, what a size!
Wow.
They're just enormous.
I can't even imagine it. I actually can't.
Yeah, just seeing pictures of them compared to a buzzard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a little tiny cute little buzzard.
But Birdie-Chris did share.
Huge.
Birdie-Chris did share a very good image from Frampton earlier this year of a carrion crow, a buzzard, so you got to see the difference in size with that, and then a white-tailed eagle. It was a picture taken by one of the visitors there, and all three were in the same shot, and you could see the size. It was just... we get young ones here, but not close to large bodies of water. They check out the smaller lakes with the ospreys. Yeah, that's cool.
That's very cool.
And they are definitely the size of a house. Or hoose. Size of a hoose.
Who's...
Size of a hoose. There we go.
I would love to see one. I know since we've been doing the stream, I've literally said I'm going to go to Scotland, and doing the stream for a few years, and I still haven't been to Scotland, but it's in the diary for next spring.
That's exciting. That's not long.
Well, yeah, I guess it's not long, and I guess Mull probably and Isle of Skye, they're next to each other, aren't they?
They're a bit of a drive apart. You've got to literally, you come off of Mull, and then depending on where you come off, you're either going to come off at Oban or Loch Allen.
Right.
And then you're going to go all the way around. So you've got to go back into the mainland to Fort William to then go north again to then go west to get to Skye. So
it's like geographically, yes, but
yeah.
Transportationally, no.
Yeah, see, I looked at geographically, so I'm glad I've been humbled with transportationally.
Yeah.
Okay, Fort William.
As the white-tailed eagle flies, it's not that far.
Yeah, I'll just hop on the back of a white-tailed eagle. I'll get there really fast. One.
The eagle ferry, yeah.
That'd be good. Cool. So I've got another one, but we'll come to that one at the end, I think. So it's cat or... You'll send one over, Barnacle. Awesome. Are we going to have Kat or Nick doing their story?
I think Nick is frozen on my everything. Ooh. So I will go by default.
No, he's back.
Oh,
he's
back.
He is back.
I'm back. I panicked for a second. I was like, oh no, not again.
Oh no, is this your internet? Is it playing up?
Yeah, I had a bit of a problem before, but it seems to be fine now, so I'm not gonna do anything. But yeah, did you say you want to go with your new story?
Yeah, it was just by default, but I will go with it.
My choice now.
Yeah. Mine is UK injects 14.5 million in land use and net zero research. So 5 UK research projects have each received a share of 14.5 million under phase 2 of the Transforming Land Use for Net Zero Nature and People programme. The UK's efforts to achieve net zero emissions by 2050 have been significantly boosted thanks to a 14.5 million investment by UK research and innovation and government partners. The latest funding marks phase 2 of yeah, oh, that's all kind of the same. The 5 projects that have received the funding are the To Zero 50 Greenhouse Gas Accounting Living Lab, led by Julie Ingham at the University of Gloucestershire. The To Zero 50 Living Lab will develop and evaluate a scalable, auditable farm and food level greenhouse gas accounting framework for UK land use to sustainably reduce emissions. The project will engage stakeholders across policy and practice to foster net zero compliance and support sustainable agricultural transformation by building capacity and net zero literacy, testing sequestration predictions, assessing validation methods, exploring the government's and equitability. These are a lot of big words. Equitability implications of scaling. Another one is just transformation of food farming systems, reconciling net zero and other land use ambitions. Led by Richard Bradbury at the Royal Society for Protection of Birds, the Just Lands project explores how to achieve net zero justly while achieving and balancing priorities such as food production, biodiversity restoration, and people's needs in agricultural landscapes. The research combines policy-driven land use scenario models, climate data, future visions, and food farming communities to co-create preferred scenarios that attempt to reconcile land use demands. Next one is open evaluation of climate resilient interventions for land management, soil health, and net zero. This research will create a validated UK-wide, spatially explicit modelling framework to evaluate potential net zero pathways. It will extend the capability of open CLIM modelling framework, which was developed with previous UKRI funding. This will be achieved by ground truthing soil carbon and soil health using empirical data and by developing and trialling robotic monitoring for measuring and verifying soil carbon and health. Next one is grassland resilience for net zero, sustainable practices for shaping the future of UK land use. This project aims to optimise grassland use through techniques like upland grazing, low carbon forages, and agroforestry. The Luna's Grassland Initiative will offer innovation assessments, co-create adoption pathways, and provide policy solutions through life cycle assessment scenarios, modelling, and stakeholder engagement, as well as helping the UK achieve its mitigation goals. It also has the potential to help the UK save more than 1.6 billion annually. Rapid engagement with stressed peatland environments and communities in transformation. Respect will generate tools in an effort to restore 80% of UK peatlands that are currently damaged and deteriorating through interdisciplinary data collection and modelling and development of a peatland triage tool. It will provide decision-making support to those seeking to undertake peatland restoration, including landowners, land managers, farmers, and crofters. Building a Green Future, the Luna's programme is a 20.79 million transdisciplinary venture co-designed and co-funded by UKRI, DEFRA, Department for Energy Security Net Zero, Departments of Agriculture, Environment and Rural Affairs, that's DEFRA again, isn't it? Yeah. No. Scottish Government, Welsh Government. So that's a lot of words, in all fairness, on that. And I don't fully understand all of it. But what I do understand is a lot of really nice projects there with a lot of funding. So which is kind of nice news to hear. And that they're actually projects that you're not saying is going to be a project, they're doing something,
Well, it's already started, isn't it? Each of them sounds like they've already started. Some of them have already got phase 1 out of the way and they're now bringing in phase 2, which is just phenomenal. My worry is 14.5 million, although it sounds like a lot of money. really isn't.
It's not. No, it's not
much
at
at all.
No, but I mean, yeah. I mean, how many projects is that? That's probably a couple million each, really, which, like you said, isn't much. But I'll be interested to see how they go, especially with the food and the peatland ones. That'd be really interesting.
It's an interesting range.
Yeah,
Range of tasks and ideas as well, which is nice. It's not all one thing. It's not all like carbon sequestration or all agricultural, like conservation agriculture, things like that. It's nice to have a range, so you're not putting all your eggs in one basket as such.
yeah, for sure. And the whole thing with carbon sequestration and all of that with land and selling carbon credits, that is just a minefield. I mean, I'd like to know more about that actually, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure it's one of those like very like greenwashing
Yeah.
ideas where on the surface it's all good,
Yeah.
and the more you delve in, you're like, this doesn't quite add up.
That's exactly how I saw it. I was thinking, don't know, but we'll see. But yeah, kind of positive. Sorry, a lot of words in that one.
Lots of acronyms as well.
Yeah. It's very positive. And as Barnacle says, be curious to see how they go. And I always find it interesting that these things are always talked about at the start of the project, but you never hear anything else.
Yeah, it's a good point.
I mean, it's like unless you really pay attention.
Yeah.
And you start researching it and you're looking into it to see how things are progressing. You never really find out about, okay, what was the outcome?
Yeah.
What's been done so far? Are they on track? If they're not on track, what are they doing about it? All that kind of thing. You never hear the process. Obviously, the people who are in it doing the work, they know exactly what's going on, but none of that ever gets out to the public.
Yeah, that rarely makes headlines again.
Yeah.
Unless it's gone really well or really badly. Then, you never hear about it again.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah. I guess unless it gets published as well, but yeah, even if it gets published, well, it will get published, and you never see it, do you? So
I was going to say, unless you actually go looking for it.
Yeah, I go looking for it. Yeah, which a lot of people don't, and I am guilty of. To be honest, I do click on a lot of clickbait, so definitely.
Cool. Right, we shall move on to the next one then.
Yeah, well, bringing the mood down a bit. I got the bad news for the week, I'm afraid. But then we'll end on a good note again, so do not worry. Yes, there's one from Bird Guides saying RSPB to shut loss-making Dungeness shop. So I'm sure quite a few people who might have seen in the news over the last probably month or so, kind of the talking of and the process of shutting down reserves, shops, cafes, all these different things with the RSPB, which is really sad to hear. But this one's touching on the Dungeness shop. So the RSPB is shutting the shop at its popular Dungeness Reserve as part of the major cost-cutting actions being implemented by the charity. The organisation has said that the shop at the Kent Reserve will close in the new year because it can no longer afford to run loss-making facilities. Dungeness RSPB is one of the charity's oldest surviving nature reserves and is a favourite amongst birders in the southeast. However, the charity announced it would be closing the on-site shop. It confirmed it would continue to own and manage the Dungeness Reserve and that the visitor centre would remain open. It has been reported that cost-cutting proposals from the RSPB could impact 60 or more reserves, with the charity thought to be suffering financially. A full report of these changes is to be published in the forthcoming edition of Birdwatch. In a statement about the Dungeness closure, the RSPB said, "As a charity, it is essential that we generate income to fund our work. We cannot afford to subsidise loss-making facilities at the expense of our important charitable and strategic aims, especially at a time when nature and the climate are in crisis. This means that we'll be closing the site shop at Dungeness early in the new year. There may also be some changes to the visitor centre and shop opening times in the coming weeks." The charity said it would be consulting visitors to the centre in the coming weeks about how best to use the space. In 2022, 3 hides were removed at Dungeness, drawing criticism from local birders. A bit sad. But
Well,
who knows? Maybe some good will come out of it.
yeah,
Like if they're talking to people,
like it
making
said
those decisions.
in the article, like you can't, as a business, if you take
Mm.
away like the fact that they're closing a shop, if that's not profitable as a business, like if you owned that business, you would make the same decision. It's that simple. Cat's frozen on our screens, so I'm sure she'll be back. But like Rainham Marshes, RSPB Rainham Marshes, the same thing's happening there. Unfortunately, their cafe and shop are closing. That's happening at the end of the year as well, I believe. Oh, your phone has got too hot, Cat. That's not good. Cat is sleeping. Technology, yeah, you're right there. And to be fair, like the same thing's happening across a lot of the RSPB. You know, like I was put on. I did work for the RSPB up until September, and I think Kat's back. Is she? No, or she's gone. Right, give me a second.
Coming and going.
Yeah, I will hide that cam. I don't even know which camera it is. Oh no, there we go. Is she back? She's trying to log in.
Sorry.
It's all right. It's all right.
I'm on my laptop.
So I was put on consultation at the RSPB at Sherwood Forest because for the same reasons. You know, it's so difficult, and it's not a decision they've taken lightly. You know what I mean? It's what happens, and all businesses do the same. Every business, and although it's a charity, it is still a business.
I wonder what the reason is why profits have gone down. Do you think it's just cost of living and bills and expensive has kind of gone up?
I honestly couldn't say. Like, I don't know if it's ever been like have they ever been profitable? I suppose is the question we should be asking. So have they ever been profitable? And the RSPB's been running at a loss at certain sites for such a long time that that they've now just got to the point where actually they can't do it anymore. And if that's the case, then well done for holding out for as long as you have. Some of these places have always just been washing their faces. Yeah, you're completely right, Barnacle. Completely right.
Yeah.
And it is such a shame. Such a shame. But I'm sure at some point in the future, something fantastic will happen. They've already said that they're going to continue managing RSPB Dungeness. They'll continue to manage Rainham Marshes. I'm sure they'll continue to manage all these sites. Brother Chris, are people still buying the same amount of bird food and robin tea towels as they used to? Times seem harder. People cut back on what they see as luxuries. You're right there, Brother Chris.
Yeah.
You're right
there.
there.
It's going to have an impact, isn't it? Yeah,
it is.
For sure.
It is.
Yeah, you might, like, if you're a bit harder money, you might stop your monthly donations to RSPB just because you need those few extra pounds and things. So if lots of people are doing that, they're not spending an extra few pounds in their shop, not going there to get teas and coffees, and over all those different people, different sites, it must add up.
I know a couple of B&Bs running at a loss because they want to be as generous as they always have been, but feel guilty for charging more. You've got
it is
they're
a vicious
decisions
cycle,
you've got to make.
Yeah, it is. It's a vicious cycle because they have to put their prices up because everything's more expensive and then can't afford it, and it is just a cycle. But
and it's going to get
sad, and
it's going to get harder. So just as an example, so the government in their last what do you call it? I can't remember what they call it when the chancellor gets up and tells you about how the taxes are going to change and stuff like that. They announced like an increase in the minimum wage or the national living wage by quite a large amount, just shy of 10%. So that's going to put that extra cost onto all businesses because they've got to raise everybody's wages.
Yeah.
including the RSPB. They're not immune to that. So then they've got to go, right, so that cost has gone up. So we now have to increase costs to cover our costs. And then that means that people, the change in national insurance will put extra costs on it too. You are right. So business national insurance is going up as well. And that's not supposed to hit the staff. That's only supposed to hit the business. But that'll hit the staff because they're not going to get the same kind of pay rise as they may in the thing. And as Brother Chris has also said, don't stop the annual monthly donation to the RSPB, reduce it. We have flexible membership prices for a reason. You're right. And that is the best thing you can do to help keep those places going. It gives you free access or free parking, depending on which reserve you go to. So at Frampton, where Brother Chris is, it's free parking. At Sherwood, where I used to work, it's free parking. At Bempton, where I've been... It's
wait, free parking with the membership.
With the membership,
yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
At Bempton, where I've been, it is free entry. So depending on the site, I will of course point out I am highly biased.
Well, don't know what you're talking about.
I'm still a member of the RSPB as well. I put my money in every single month to get that. I get some fantastic magazines. I've got some magazines here. Like, here we go. See, RSPB.
Oh, I do like
RSPB
the
magazine is great. Yeah. It's full of fantastic stuff.
I do like the magazine.
Yeah, good.
You get 2 a year, which is brilliant. And they come in really cool envelopes. Like, here's one of the envelopes here. Look, I've still got
the envelopes are hard to throw away. They are
Big
nice.
Wild Summer. I've still got the envelope from it. So I'm paid for by the adverts, not by the membership fee. There you go.
Like Barnacle Bum saying we could just charge birds migration tax, but don't tell the government.
They would certainly try. Yeah, they would certainly try. That's cool. Right, shall we go on to some good news?
Yes.
So some more good news.
We need it.
So we started off with white-tailed eagles, and now we're moving on to golden eagles.
Woo.
So this is kind of cool. So this is on the BBC News. Golden Eagle project plans England expansion. Ooh. A pioneering South of Scotland conservation project is setting its sights on reintroducing golden eagles into England and Wales. For the past 6 years, young birds have been taken from the Highlands and released into rural parts of the Scottish borders and Dumfries and Galloway. The population of the birds in the area has soared from a threatened handful in 2018 to currently standing at about 50. Dr. Kat Barlow, project manager of the South of Scotland Golden Eagle project, said, "We hope our next phase will be to give the eagles a hand to establish themselves in the England uplands." Golden eagles were wiped out in Wales and England by the mid-19th century, due mainly to persecution by sheep farmers and shooting estates. Well, that's not a surprise. We've still got that issue from shooting estates. Despite a brief return in the 1940s and 1950s, following the 2 world wars, numbers gradually declined again. The last resident golden eagle in England disappeared in 2015. A new charity, Restoring Upland Nature, is taking the SSGEP under its wing, as well as looking south to help establish the species once more in England and Wales. Dr. Barlow, "We have shown with the SSGEP that if you do it well and you do it right, reintroducing golden eagles can be successful. We are at the development stage and it will take time. But I feel we have a good chance of establishing this iconic species elsewhere. Golden eagles don't see a line on the map, and many of the birds we have brought to the south of Scotland are already showing interest in the uplands of England. I expect that's Cumbria quite a lot, actually. Golden eagles were reintroduced to Ireland about a decade ago, with the first chick in over a century hatching in 2018. A collaboration project in Wales, led by Eagle Reintroduction Wales, has already reached the feasibility and consultation stages. I can hear myself coming back from somebody. Is that me?
Sorry, I think I came off.
No, it's definitely not me.
What?
Oh, I'm now showing the stream. There we go.
My internet's not very good, I don't think,
It's
on my
alright.
laptop.
The delivery has already been a success in the south of Scotland, but we are not quite finished yet. We need to now be able to support landowners and communities as the eagles start nesting and settling into the landscape. This will be done as part of the wider Restoration Upland Nature Charity, which will also be exploring opportunities to reintroduce golden eagles into England and Wales. There you go. This project has so far captured the hearts and minds with fantastic support coming from communities, volunteers and stakeholders across the south of Scotland, and we hope that will continue in other parts of the country as we enter the next phase. And I hope so too, because I'd love to see eagles in England again.
Look at them.
I just think they're absolutely gorgeous. Like I remember when I started properly bird watching again just after lockdown, and I went to where did I go? Just south of Fort William, Lochativy, and just got out of the car and was walking up to the loch, and there's just this. There was some teenagers, something playing around with a drone, and I was like, okay, it's a drone. Oh, they've got 2 drones, and then I went, that's not a drone, and it was way back on the other side of the loch, just above the mountain, and there was a golden eagle just circling, looking down on the mountain. And I saw it go down, catch something, go take back up again, and go across the other side. It was just absolutely incredible, and you could only just see it. And we watched it, like myself, my partner, and my friends. We must have watched it for about half an hour to 45 minutes hunting. Oh, what a bird!
So cool.
I don't believe it.
Drone. Drone. What a nice surprise. And you found out that wasn't a drone.
Yeah.
Oh, very good.
You're not.
I'm going to try and go back on my phone, guys. I'm struggling to. Sorry. Tech issues again. I'll be back.
No such thing as tech issues.
It wouldn't be Nature's BS without the unknown tech issues.
Exactly.
It's calmed down now. My phone's less hot. A bit flustered.
Amazing. There we go. Oh, that's weird. We're now weird. Look, my head's at the top.
Where am I? I'm up here. Hi everyone.
There we go.
Sorry, I'm messing up all the camera.
We have Cat back.
Right.
All the cameras are back in the correct places again.
Sliced in half.
There we go. Awesome. So, lots of eagle good news.
Yeah.
So white-tailed and golden eagles all to be reintroduced all over England and Scotland and Wales, which would be amazing.
Very exciting.
And then some good news regarding funding for some fantastic projects.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously
some not so good news about lack of funding.
Oh. Some sites, but it's fine. It'll all be good. They will still be there. We can still go and look at the wonderful wildlife at these sites, and that's the important thing.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. Shall we move on to wildlife encounters?
Sounds good.
Yes.
And since we haven't seen any of Cats for a long, long time, we should get Cat to go first.
Okay.
Excited.
Okay.
Where do you start, Cat?
I'll start with the kestrel.
This is such a good
starting
video.
Off strong.
So strong. This is so good.
I wish it could be stronger. I know this is going to come up pixelated, but on my phone, it wasn't. Okay, it's not too bad, but it looks better on my phone.
That's so good.
I was hiking in the Peak District, and literally just in front of me. And I done the classic, go a bit closer, until I was literally kind of like in line with it. And obviously it was just looking at whatever it was trying to catch that wasn't really paying attention to me. But I don't think it caught it. That would have been cool if it did.
Just an absolutely stunning video, and to capture that on your phone as well is just amazing.
It's very impressive.
Really
Thanks,
well
guys.
done.
What a lovely backdrop as well.
Yeah, I can't. Oh, what it's
The
called?
colours.
It's a big reservoir. Lady Dyer or something.
Well, so the peaks
Water.
isn't far from me. You basically just come up to me.
Yeah.
You're the other side of the M1.
Yeah, no, so easy for me to get to the Peak District.
You should have sent me a message going, Andy, I'm in the peaks.
I should have sent you the picture, the video of the Kestrel, and then said, Andy in the Peaks.
Look out the window.
Yeah, no, but yeah, it was lovely. So yeah, hiking and saw this. So that was my first one. And then I've got some pictures. Well, I've got pictures of woods and moss. And I just thought I'd show them because like I love the Peak District and all these like kind of national parks, and it just when I see kind of the mosses and the trees like that's it's not like where I live, and then it's so nice to see. It's just like full of life. This was kind of like an oaky woodland, and also the nice thing about winter as well is that you can see everything through the trees again. So I feel like you actually see like I see more birds when like in the winter. Everyone does, but that's the nice thing about it because I do struggle more in the summer and stuff. And yeah, when the leaves drop, it's very pretty, very magical. Pookie says, "What is the English name for the hovering they do?"
We just call it hovering.
Yeah, we're very boring.
Yeah, they just hover. Well, that's what I've always called it anyway.
Yeah.
Is there a specific name in the Netherlands, Pookie, for it?
Yeah.
I wonder what kind of translates to something really cool.
Dutch is praying. Ooh, that's cool.
Praying.
That's cool.
Praying. Ah, I kind of get that. Praying. Because it's like, it's looking for prey as well.
Yeah.
So praying.
Very cool.
Yeah. So this was on a nice walk. And then I've just got some pictures of a bit of moss because it looks so fluffy and nice. And I thought the only people would appreciate it is people on this stream.
We do.
Like, yeah, I couldn't show this to like anyone, and they'd be like, oh.
There's something cool about moss.
Do you know what I mean?
There's something cool about moss.
It's like this like old man's beard. Like, look how thick that is, and think about the amount of life in that big bit of moss.
It's just a good clump, like not a thin layer, it's like a bushy bit.
Thanks, guys. I'm glad you appreciate it.
So Barnacle Bomb googled. It says wind hovering is one word for English.
Ooh.
So wind.
Wind hovering. That makes sense. Yeah, wind hovering. So the Kestrel was wind hovering. And my next one is a video of two birds. Well, I was filming one bird with my phone, and then another bird flew through. So I was recording a dipper, I believe it was a dipper. Very good video. And then in a minute, something seems to flash through, and I believe it was grey wagtail.
I think it's a grey wagtail from what I can see. We had that look at it. The dipper's just unfazed. Just goes like, who's that here? Just the neighbour.
Yeah. I think it was just because I don't know. My wagtail's loads, but it wasn't as yellowy. A yellow wagtail's more yellowy. Yeah.
So the best way to tell is the colour on the back.
Right. Yeah, and the grey ones are more grey on the back.
The grey ones are grey. So
yeah.
That very much looks like a grey wagtail.
Yeah.
It's a waggy tail.
It was. That I saw a wagtail. Yeah. So yeah, I thought that was good. And that was coincidence, wasn't it? I just thought, like, yes, Jack.
2 in 1.
I don't see them.
No, I hardly ever see them.
I didn't realize in the video as well when the grey wagtail flies with the dipper kind of like for like half a second and like ducks down. Like, whoa.
What the hell was that?
These dippers are way those actually shoot lower than that.
Oh.
Oh.
Dipper's still something I haven't recorded in
At least get yourself to the Peak District, Andy.
Hop over the M1. Too much nature sound into the babbling brook.
Can't hear me. Hope you can hear me now.
Oh, we can't hear you, Andy.
Uh-oh. You can't hear me.
Oh.
Can you hear me now?
Hmm.
Hello?
I haven't got audio on my stream.
Squishy stream.
Squishy stream.
Oh, I'm very low. Okay. Maybe it's because I'm a bit far away from my my microphone, so there we go. I've moved the microphone closer. But it's almost hitting red here, so on my end.
More.
There we go.
You're
I will let's take that off. There we go. Cool. Well, that's awesome.
Yeah. So those were mine. Mainly, yeah. I mean, all from the Peak District actually. So, yeah, they were nice.
Lovely.
Yeah, some nice walking and nice wildlife.
Fab.
Perfect.
So a
Can't go
fantastic
wrong.
video of a kestrel, and you got a dipper with a grey wagtail.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I've never seen dippers before, but there were loads of them along that kind of stream. So yeah, very cool. Very nice.
Barnacle says peak content from the Peak District. And
Another
Pookie
great-
says, and moss.
Moss!
True.
Don't forget moss, guys. Oh, cool.
We need like a moss highlighting stream now.
So many different
Moss
types of
off.
moss. So many different types of moss.
Like a
Yeah,
mosses and lichens and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
We need a moss and lichen appreciation Discord channel.
Moss folder.
Moss
Moss
folder.
folder.
Maybe that's the next
Yeah.
one. Moss, lichens, and slimes.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think let's do it. They deserve some credit.
They do deserve some credit. There we go. That's what we're doing. That's the next Discord channel for all your images. Okay, it's moss, lichens, and slimes. Excellent.
And that photo's going right in there.
Yes, please do. It's very
The
cool.
first one in the folder.
Yeah. But yeah, those are mine. What about who's going next?
I think we should get Nick up next.
Ooh, my next. Okay. I'll start with my kingfisher.
Oh,
Nice.
Now, the big thing is, can you see it?
Yes, I would say it's border.
It's
It's
not
not quite
it's
an
not
Andy
it's
pick.
not borderline Andy pick. You can see
It's
it.
just small. But yes, I didn't have my camera or anything, so this was taken with my phone looking through binoculars. So hopefully you can see it okay.
It is
It's
very
perched on the wall.
very
Yeah.
obvious.
yeah, you can see it. You can see it. And to be fair,
That's good.
through your binoculars, that is a good effort.
Thank you. I feel like that's one skill I have gained over the last few years. Like I've got pretty good at taking pictures through like spottoscopes and binoculars. I can like line it up.
I need
It's a
your
good
skill.
skill.
I need it because I get a bit like, oh damn, and then I get a bit frustrated.
Yeah. It is hard. Oh, thank you for zooming in as well. But yes, this was my first kingfisher of the winter I've seen down here. So I live on the coast, so I don't see them here during the summer. But then, yeah, during the winter they come down from their freshwater kind of rivers and canals and streams and things down to the coast for more food. And I just love seeing them here because they're very distinctive amongst the waders. Because I live next to these like massive mud flats, so you get like curlew, redshank, oystercatcher, turnstones, all those things which are quite distinctive. And just this little cobalt blue kind of dart fly across the front. I was like, oh, lovely. First kingfisher. And then it perched within view, which was even better.
No.
Yeah, I love seeing them. And then I'll go on to my woodland pictures. I went on a nice walk, very wet walk, but made it very atmospheric when I went into this very cool. I say woodland. It was a plantation, so it's all artificial and things like that. But we do have some more moss. Can't go wrong with some more moss. There we go, Pookie moss. Even though they are bright blue and red, they're hard to spot. True. I think I could just see the blue as it was flying past, but it does help that they look very different to the birds here. We do need an exclamation mark moss. Just sends you to like a moss appreciation fan page or something like that.
That's such a good what do you call it? Emoji from Barnacle Bomb. It does look like moss.
Moss.
When we reach affiliate, one of our little emotes can be like a little moss.
A little moss, yeah, that'd be cool.
That'd be amazing. But yes, this was on a lovely walk, and it was very humid air because it was raining so much. So you had that like slight mist, and haze in the air, which was really lovely with this plantation, which all these trees got blown over. But then you can kind of see along the bases of some of them that they've started sprouting up again.
Yeah.
I thought this was just very, very pretty scene, kind of walking amongst the fallen trees, and then all the mosses and things are still clinging on. And
I like how it hasn't been tidied up. You go to some places that's after storm damage, and they're really quick at cleaning it up. Normally because for safety reasons, but
yeah,
as long as it doesn't impact the walk,
this,
it's just leave it.
I love the like carpets of mossy where the tree roots have obviously it's been blown over, and then it's just like the moss wall,
the root plate kind of thing. It's very cool.
And then when the roots have come out as well, that like can create like a little pond.
Yeah. I remember finding in another woodland where that had happened, and there's a little sort of frog sitting in the pond created where the roots were. I was like, it's like a perfect textbook example of regenerative woodland and stuff like that. Yeah, I love that.
Nature's cool. That is a cool.
It is so cool. Very cool nature. Then I go on to my other bit of wildlife, which turned out to be a chair, which at first thought you might think isn't very wildlifey. But apparently this chair has been there for over 5 years, so it's slowly been reclaimed by nature. I don't know how it got there, because we are far from any tracks, paths, so it requires a lot of effort. But the reason I took a picture is that if you look on the cushion you sit on, there is a little, it's quite a big mushroom sprouting out of it. It's coming up the bottom of the seat. And then, of course, there's moss on it as well, so that's always a good thing.
Honestly, we've just got crazy with moss this.
I know. We didn't even plan this.
I'm gonna zoom in on the chair.
Imagine that that little emoji barnacle bottom just put of Moss Man. I can imagine Moss Man sitting on that chair.
Moss Man's throne.
Yes. The big mossy stick next to it.
Ooh, that's cool, Pookie. I like that. If they're at the edge of a lake and fall away from the lake, they are great kingfisher nesting sites.
Oh.
I meant the chair at first.
No, I think
makes much more sense.
Yeah, I think it's like the root plate, isn't it? Because there'll be like lots of places for them to get in between the roots.
Yeah, it must be good and strong. I think it was, I don't know, a few years ago, I think Springwatch or Autumnwatch, one of them had, it might have been Springwatch, had a blackbird nest, I think, which had nested on like an upturned root plate, which I thought was really cool.
Oh, that's cool.
It did get predated though by a fox.
By a fox, yeah.
But the fox dug through from the other side, so.
Yeah. But oh well. But yeah, that was a lovely walk in the rain. Not too much views, but a lovely woodland, so
Yeah.
all good.
And moss.
And moss.
Andy, I hope you've got some moss now.
I don't have any moss.
No.
I'm sorry.
God.
I am going to start off with fungi though.
That counts. We'll allow it.
That was easy.
So I think this is staghorn. This was found in a client's garden yesterday. I was clearing up leaves because that's what our clients want. So I'm clearing up leaves, and underneath there was a rotten stump, and on top of it was what I think is staghorn, which was very cool.
I think it might be candle snuff. Fungus.
Ooh, okay, candle
Is
snuff.
my instinct, but someone probably knows better in the chat.
Let's have a little
just with
look.
this like that white smoky tips. Yeah,
Is that some new growth
snuff.
in the foreground?
Yeah.
I think so. Yes. Candle snuff fungus. Ooh, it could be.
So
yeah.
I'm amazed that it's still intact after raking the leaves off. It's very
It
impressive.
was really quite stiff.
Which I think helps for candle snuff because I think that's quite a firm, almost dry feeling one.
Yeah.
I think staghorn's a bit wetter.
Yeah, Nathan's right. Nathan's saying, yeah, candle snuff. As is Pookie, candle snuff, yeah. Awesome, that's cool. Well, candle snuff, I thought it was staghorn, but it's candle snuff. Excellent, even better.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the next one was also found in a client's garden yesterday. You should have no Andy was species focus last week or the week before.
I think I covered it last week, but
did you?
Didn't want to point that out. Didn't want to point it out.
Andy!
Poogie said it, not me.
Shows how much attention I
Moving
pay to
on,
Nick,
yeah.
doesn't it? Cool. Right, so this one then. What's this?
Ooh. A little beastie.
Yeah, I'd say chrysalis of a beastie of some sort.
It's a chrysalis, yeah.
I love the like really, almost like bright orange on the side, which might be the light or something, but still.
I think
really
it's the
cool.
light more than anything. It was very brown. It was found in the dirt. Hey, Thistle.
Hi, Thistle.
Hi.
It's
Oh.
almost like copper. It's very pretty.
It's lovely, this. So
You should
I
take
think
that.
it reminds me of a popular hawk moth, says Bargo. So I think it's a moth.
Oh, Andy, please tell me you're going to raise it.
No, we put it back where we found it.
That's probably the best thing to do, but I would really love to see what this is.
Here it is tonight.
Yeah.
No, we put it back where we found it, and yeah.
Oh, they're cool though. Too bad it's a garden that you go to regularly, and then you can see in the summer if you see any.
Put a moth trap out there one night.
So that's cool. So Nathan says a hawk moth pupa. By the looks of it, don't think I can go beyond that though. So that's cool. So it was very big. So it was about like that length.
Oh my gosh!
It was
wow.
It was sizable. Like it's fit in my hand, like my thumb. It was chunky, which is what made me think it was a moth more than anything else.
I mean, what were the plants there? Let's do investigation. What moth this is?
So we found it. We found it underneath an acer. I couldn't tell you what species of acer it was, or what variety sort of acer it was, but it was definitely found under an acer.
Barnacle says that's a sausage hawk moth.
I agree.
My brain was like, I can't remember a sausage hawk moth.
It's tasty.
I trust you too much, Barnacle. Yeah, I don't really know my food plants anywhere near well enough. That's very cool.
So all my digging around keeps finding cool things.
Mm.
Very cool. That is very cool.
So they are my wildlife encounters for the week. Didn't manage to get out at the weekend because of the horrible weather.
It was impressively grim.
It was horrible.
Wasn't it? They actually
Very wet.
named the storm
Just Bert.
Bird.
Bert. Well,
Yeah.
there's one beginning with C, and I can't remember if that's already
Yeah,
hit
there's
us or
another
not.
one coming as well.
No way. When?
Soon.
Ah,
Uh-oh.
no.
Probably this weekend, by the way.
Yeah.
No.
Knowing our
wait.
luck.
Yeah, it wait.
I'd quite like to get out this weekend. I saw a picture of a flooded Northampton train station. Wow, that's not good.
I live near Northampton. It rained a lot here.
Yeah.
Connell is here right now. Okay, so that's the next storm, Storm Connell.
Oh.
That's it. That's the C one.
Doesn't seem
Connell.
that bad for me right now. So.
Yeah.
I'm
No.
not sure where here could be, because it could be like anywhere across the UK or in the Netherlands and things. So.
I couldn't work this morning because of the end of Storm Bert. So
Oh really?
I started work at 11 o'clock this morning.
Well.
That a good or a bad thing?
It's a bad thing because it's less hours.
Yeah.
So we had to cancel on a client this morning, and then only did one client today. Although I did get covered in mud. Gusting around 60 mile per hour tomorrow afternoon, secretly hoping it'll settle a bit so I can cycle home. That's not good. As long as if the wind's behind you, Barnacle, that's great. Whoosh.
Get out the bin bag.
I didn't actually think about that. Yeah, if the wind's behind you, you're sorted. You're getting home in like half the
Check
time.
the brakes are working.
The wind, be an awesome tailwind. Yeah, the only issue is that it never feels like a tailwind. Wind always feels like it's in your face.
Mm-hmm.
But there we go. I'll land in Orkney.
You know, like ET on his bike on the bike when they're like flying. That'll be like Barnacle Bum when she's like flying on the bike.
Across the face of the full moon.
Yeah.
Cool.
Going on an impromptu holiday across.
Yeah.
It's species focus time then, folks.
Ooh.
Who's Kat? Do you have a species focus?
I do, but it's the dipper.
That's
because
cool.
I didn't know much about them. But I do have a separate video of the dipper, which
you do. I'm gonna put that on now.
Equally not as good. But oh yeah, please turn the volume down.
There we go.
I forget you can hear the volume in these videos. Right. So this bird is often seen at the water's edge, where it feeds on a wide range of underwater insects. The cinclus, which is the Latin name, has made a home out of many fast-flowing streams and rivers in upland Britain. It's one of our country's most distinctive-looking birds, and we have so dippers are medium-sized, somewhat plump-looking birds with a chocolate brown coat and white streaks across their throat and chest. They do have like a little white bib, like that. That was like that, kind of recognisable. They're similar to wrens with their brown-white colour split, and their dark plumage is the reason the two birds are often mistaken for each other. The dipper's diet consists of insect larvae and freshwater shrimps, so you can be rest assured that they'll also eat a lot of underwater insects using their quite unusual technique of walking into the water, more often than not walking until they're fully submerged to catch their food. In fact, they were named dipper because of the dipping motion the bird makes when looking for their next meal. The dipper's head will bob up and down on the surface of the water as it stands on rock perches in rivers and streams. You can spot a dipper anywhere in upland areas of the United Kingdom when they're in fast-flowing rivers. You'll know that dippers have been around by the droppings they leave on stones in and around rivers. In rare instances, you may also find them around the lowland rivers of southwest England. So some interesting facts about the dipper. They can walk underwater. As mentioned earlier, they have an unorthodox way of hunting for food. They feed on small aquatic invertebrates by walking along the bed of a fast-flowing rivers and streams. To do this, they stretch out their wings against the current and push themselves downwards to stay submerged. Dippers are the national bird of Norway. The Norwegians, they're known as white-throated dippers to distinguish them from others. Other variants of the dipper family, which include the Eurasian dipper and the rufous-throated dipper, can be found in locations as diverse as Africa, South Africa, China, and the Himalayas. And dippers are able to stay underwater for up to 30 seconds. So they're cool little birds.
That's very cool.
That they can basically
I just want to know, like,
water.
yeah, I was like, did one day this dude was like, I want that bug, and just started just walking like into the stream, and I was like, oh, that would quite well actually.
Yeah.
I think it's quite a dangerous step. How much had gone wrong before one got it right?
Yeah, imagine just straight down the. Because also when I was reading that, I was like, they like fast flowing. It says that fast flowing streams and rivers. That must be hard. Like this sort of gentle just trickle, is it?
Yeah. It's like, you know, if you, I don't know, like you step in with your foot or something, like, you can feel the force.
Yeah.
And that's like your heavy foot, let alone like this tiny, really lightweight bird.
Yeah. God, they're like a tank. I would like to pick a dipper up. I have this weird theory that they're actually like solid, like, you know, like
you just kind of like super glued to the rock.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm trying to think. I'm not sure if there's a fact that they have like some of the densest bones out of any bird, which helps them stay submerged. I can't remember if that's true or not. I think I heard that somewhere.
That makes more sense.
Yeah, really cool birds. I didn't know they were the national bird of Norway. That's a really cool thing. And that they have to distinguish from like the other dippers they have, because they have like multiple dippers. It's not fair.
We're spoiled.
Oh.
There's so many. Barnacle One says, strong wee things. They are strong wee things. Yeah, if anyone has picked up a dipper, just ask him for a mate. How heavy was it?
Well, we can find that. We can find that out.
Oh, that's true. Everyone, put your guesses in the comments.
Yeah.
In the chat. How much do you think a dipper weighs? I'm trying to think, like, small, like, passerines, like.
What are our thoughts? What are our thoughts? Come on, folks, in chats. Catnick, how much does a dipper weigh?
I'm trying to think.
At least like 5 kilograms. That bird is
2 stone. 2 stones is Barnacle Pub.
Yeah. Like small bowling balls.
You need a range, do you? Okay, so from 1 to 200 grams. Nathan Macro says 50 grams.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Is it like small passerines are like 10 grams? Maybe like towards the large end of 10 grams. Just guessing.
Barnacle saying 100 grams. I was going to say 2 kilo.
Yeah, I'm going to go more.
You never know. Has anyone ever picked up a dipper? Who knows?
And is the internet lying? Is it just like...
It's all a big cover-up.
It's a cover-up.
For heavy dipper. I think my guess... I say 30 grams.
You're going 30 grams. Thistles are 350 grams. Even
though that's 200.
That's 150 grams above the upper range that I put on. All scales are broken when attempting to weigh them. Says Nathan.
It's like get the dipper scales and like ones they weigh cars with.
I was about to say ones they put articulated lorries on at the side of the road.
Bring in the dipper weigher
to make sure they're not overweight.
It flies into your mist net ring and it just takes down the entire net. Not another dippers.
Yeah, it's the rocks that it stands on to perch. They just straight through that. If I want to get to the water, I just go straight through the rocks to the water.
Run through the rocks.
They hunt sturgeon.
Flee from them.
Cool. So shall I give you what BTO says?
Yeah.
In tons.
Warbles weigh 8 grams, don't they? Dippers are so much bigger. They are. They weigh 63.7 grams, apparently.
Oh, Nathan was close then.
Yeah, with 50.
It's a cover-up, guys.
Good
Don't
job.
believe it. Don't believe what they say.
That's what the dipper told you, doesn't it?
Dipper wrote it.
Dippers are the best birds in the world. Hang on.
They are the national bird of Sweden. Yeah, amazing. Norway.
I'm going to say this now, Barnacle. I'm not even going to attempt the Gallic name for a dipper.
Oh, please do.
No, I'm not even going to attempt it. I'm going to put it in chat, and then everybody can try and say it.
Whoa. Oh, I think everyone should apologize to Barnacle for our pronunciations. I apologize.
So if you were to say that as it goes, it's Gobha, Dub, and Uzk.
Gooba dooba usage.
Thistle is fish. He's barged his way into my room.
Yeah.
Species type.
Yeah, he heard us. He knows the truth about dippers, and he just wanted to say they are liars. They are liars.
Run whilst you still can.
This is coming from a fish as well. The fish knows about the dipper.
In Welsh, though, dipper is Bronwen Yedwir.
Oh,
and in Dutch, it's watersprue.
Watersprue. Oh, Barnacle says maybe this is a bit more of a helpful pronunciation for us. Go ahead.
Is there an Irish name? There is. It's a Gabadoob.
Gabadoob. I like that.
So is it?
It's a fun name.
Gobadoo and Iska. Gobadoo and Iska. Gobadoo and Iska. Gobadoo and Iska.
Oh.
There we go.
Thank you, Barnacle.
Dutch watersprue translates to water starling. Yabba gabba doo, says Barnacle.
The Flintstone, national bird of the Flintstones.
National bird of the Flintstones, yeah. Awesome. Right, so let's move on from dippers to necks.
Mine is, I was talking about coastal birds. One of them mentioned was the turnstone, so I chose that as my highlight for this week. Nice. I do love a turnstone. Most days I try to go out for a walk along the pier, and if it's high tide, then sometimes they will huddle together on the end of some scaffolding, like they're in this picture. I just love watching them. Like some of them are all tucked away, some of them are preening themselves or shuffling around, or just always doing something, which I always love watching. But yes, dipper. They're smaller than a redshank. Turnstones have a mottled appearance with brown or chestnut and black upper parts, and brown and white or black and white head pattern, whilst their underparts are white and legs orange. They spend most of the time creeping and fluttering over rocks, picking out food from under stones. Although they don't breed here in the UK, they can be seen throughout the year, as birds from northern Europe pass through in summer and again in spring, and birds from Canada and Greenland arrive in early autumn and leave in early summer. Turnstones, so named for their habit of flipping over large stones, feed on a wide variety of prey from birds' eggs to chips and even corpses.
Chips?
They can be spotted. Apparently, they can be spotted creeping and fluttering about the rocks looking for food underneath them. I want to try the bit where we look for the longevity of them, because I thought that was fun last time.
Okay, give me a second. I will.
So I found it online. So what do we think the maximum age from ringing is for a dipper?
For a dipper.
It's not for a dipper. A turnstone. A dipper's on the mind.
For a turnstone.
Okay, so shall we give them a clue of what the typical lifespan is?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so
Okay.
the typical lifespan is 9 years, with breeding typically at 2.
Okay. 18.
18, okay. Imagine a
Barnacle.
turnstone trying to flip a dipper.
Good luck. Good luck.
Thistlewack is saying 22 years. Barnacle saying 20. Pookie says Dutch is steenlopper. Translates to stonewalker. That's cool. Pookie says 25.
I like that.
So cool.
Sounds like a superhero.
Steenloper. Nathan says 20.
Not too much of a range this time.
Yeah.
We're playing it safe. We're all playing it safe.
Yeah. This one actually turns out to be like
it was like
90.
the 41 years we got. Was it Oyster Catcher? Was 41 years?
I think that was Oyster Catcher, yeah.
Tipper's taught us a good
Stonewalker sounds
lesson.
like the Mossman's pet. Mossman and Stonewalker. Yeah. It's like a cool comic.
Yeah, that is a cool comment. I'd buy that. And the villain is the Dipper.
Cool. Go on then. Let's put everybody out of their misery then, Nick.
So the maximum age from ringing, which was set in 2006, was 20 years, 0 months, and 3 days. So
All
20
very
years. So
close.
everyone did very well.
Yeah, all very close. Barnacle Bum, Nathan Macro got 20. Thistlewax, nearly 22 years. Close.
I
Pookie,
think on
20.
average, though, very good. As a whole, we did very well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So over
Barnacle
time,
too. Barnacle said 20 years as well.
Yeah,
True.
well done, guys.
So now I got to butcher a Gaelic pronunciation, which Trishian Baig. I do apologize, Barnacle.
That'll be Trillichenbeg. Trillichenbeg. Another bird who partied too hard on its birthday. Yeah, 3 days after his birthday.
Made it to 20s. I'm happy. In Welsh, Cutiad Traeth, which translates to beach plover, which I thought was quite cute.
Beach what, sorry?
Beach plover.
Beach plover.
Which I don't know what like ringed plover and little ringed plover and all the other plovers translate to, because I thought they were associated with beaches.
Thank you, Barnacle.
Danish Stenvender, Steenloper.
And Dutch, we've already had Steenloper.
Yes, Steenloper.
Which is great.
That's a great one. Yeah, a little about the turnstone. Lovely little bird.
They are a lovely little bird. Yeah.
What have you got, Andy?
I've got something that I saw at Frampton last time I was there.
Ooh, exciting.
And it's a very cool bird. I do love seeing them. The first one I saw was actually at Cly Nature Reserve in Norfolk last year. I saw a pair there, and then I saw quite a few of them actually at Frampton last time I was there. And that is the spoonbill.
Oh, nice.
Such an iconic bird with that amazing bill.
Yeah.
Oh, what a good photo.
So the spoonbill is one of a number of species expanding their breeding range northwards as a result of climate change, and the species is becoming a more familiar sight to birdwatchers. Spoonbills breed in very small numbers at just a handful of locations in England, the most successful of which is a colony on the North Norfolk coast. Spoonbills tend to breed in mixed colonies alongside herons and inland breeding cormorants. In summer plumage, the yellow tip to the adult spoonbill shaped bill and the crest plumes make this a very attractive bird. You can still see the yellow tip on this image here. Atlas data highlight the current southerly distribution in Britain and Ireland, particularly evident in winter months. It is a UK list amber. Population size is around 29 pairs in the UK, which is 2016, I believe, so it's possibly higher than that now.
Mm.
What we're going to look at next, we're going to look at productivity in nesting. So the number of broods is 1. The egg size is 67 by 46 millimeters and can weigh 76 grams, which is heavier than a dipper.
That's bigger than a dipper.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, right.
That's 1.6 dippers.
No,
What?
not
We
true.
need all birds and weights.
Of which
and dippers now
9% is
used
shell.
for fish measurement. Wow.
Holy cow, Barnacle Bum says.
So how old do we think a turnstone lives? Not turnstone, sorry, a spoonbill lives.
How?
Can we get the average?
So the BT doesn't have this information. I've had to look it up in other places.
Oh wow.
Average. Or the oldest.
So what do we think? What age do we think they could reach? Spoonbills.
I'm trying to think like herons and egrets.
Yeah.
How long they'd live to. I want to say average 12, 13 maybe?
Okay, so you're 12, 13. Nathan's saying 20.
I think that's
20.
for average.
So we're doing average first.
You can literally you can say average or you can say the maximum lifespan.
Okay, average. I'm gonna go. Yeah, I feel like they look like old men. I'm gonna say older, maybe 18.
Okay.
And then the oldest one, I'm gonna say 32.
Ooh.
Old man.
Okay.
I'm gonna go.
Old man bird.
Nathan's saying average 15, 20 max is my guess. This'll say 35. Pookie says we get 3 to 3,500 breeding pairs and 100 to 200 staying during the winter. That's amazing,
Wow.
Pookie.
That's really
Wow.
cool.
Whoa.
Barnacle says looks like a 14 year in the wild. They can breed at the age of 4 plus. Wow. 4 and 14 and maximum 31. Okay.
Ooh. They can breed the age of 4 plus. So I'm going to say, I can say 14 for average, and then 23 for the oldest.
So typical lifespan is 20.
Oh. Wow.
Okay.
With them reaching up to 30 years of age.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good job.
It's really cool. So here we go. Here goes my my pronunciation stuff. So in Dutch, it's lepelaar. In French, actually, I've got to do the French one, which is spatule blanche. Spatule blanche.
Spatule blanche.
Because it's got basically it says spatula beak. I expect that means.
Yeah. I like
Stirring the soup.
Okay, and then in Gaelic, because I know everyone wants to hear me say it in Gaelic.
Yes,
Okay, so I think it's go lethan. I don't think the B is. Oh no. There we go. Gob lethan or go lethan.
Oh yeah, lepala. Pookie says spoon-like.
Gob eats as gope. Okay, so gope lethan. The French sound like spoon white.
White bird with a spoon.
Yeah. So it's gope lethan.
I was going to say that it's such a cool picture of the spoonbill.
Yeah, that's a sick.
Well, it's slightly turned around. So... Oh, very cool.
Take it with my new camera.
Really
very nice.
Honestly, decent equipment makes a massive difference. The lethan is like la ye an. Okay.
Mm,
Layean. Yeah, so it's Goplean.
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 It's very impressive. Like Michael's able to describe it in a way which you can say
Phonetically.
easy. Phonetic, thank you, that's the word. Very good phonetic translation of Gaelic.
Amazing.
No.
Goplean. I always start singing Spoon Man in my mind when I see them.
Another superhero.
Spoon
Yeah.
Man.
Add.
We're gonna have a superhero army at the end of this
We will.
live stream.
Cool. Right. So there we go. That's our wildlife focuses. We had the wonderful dipper,
Yeah,
which is the heaviest bird in the world.
for
By
sure.
far.
I don't even doubt it. Like,
Even heavier than the ostrich.
oh, for sure. At least you just step on the ostrich and it will go out.
The ostrich will just disappear into the ground.
Yeah.
That's why ostriches are notorious for having their head in the sand. Because actually, what's happened is a dipper's landed on their heads and it's gone straight into the ground.
Yeah. They are the cause of all evil. No.
Maximus Decimus Dipperus.
That's the Latin name.
Yes.
The
Amazing.
secret's out now.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing.
Ancient Latin name is that for sure.
We had the turnstone.
Yeah. Lovely.
Clickety clack, turning those stones.
Good.
And then we had the spoonbill to finish it off.
Yeah, we've been buddy actually.
Yeah, it's been really good.
Yeah.
Really
Buddy.
good. So what are people doing this weekend then, or over the next week or so? Any plans?
No plans. Hopefully get out outside. Appreciate some wildlife.
Yes.
I might try.
Hopefully, you have what is it? Storm, something good.
Callum?
Callum.
Yeah.
I hope.
Hopefully it doesn't come anywhere near us.
Yes.
Where's my phone? Let's have a look at the weather. Hopefully going to watch salmon jumping on Saturday. That would be Nathan. If you can get videos of that, mate, that would be amazing.
Oh, I'm gonna be very jealous of that.
I remember Will managed to get images of that happening in Scotland on the RSPB stream, and it was just phenomenal.
That sounds cool.
It was really, really cool. Yeah.
Wow.
So Saturday's currently looking clear, with Sunday with a bit of rain. So
Barnacle's plan is trying not to blow away, probably.
that's also a good plan. But my Saturday plan is I am moving a ton of mulch from my front drive to my beds in the back. And then I'm also topping up all my paths with some more bark. There's a ton of bark coming as well. So I've got to move all that. So that's Saturday. So I'm moving 2 tons of material, about 40 metres. So
it's about 2-3 dippers worth?
That's about 2-3 dippers worth, yeah, about that.
Nothing really when you put it in dippers, is it?
So yeah, so it's me filling up wheelbarrows constantly and then walking down to the bottom of the garden, emptying it out and coming back again and doing that non-stop and then spreading it and making sure everything's good, and then might get my driveway back.
Yeah.
So there we go.
Oh, Nathan says we'll be watching Arctic char or Torgoch spawning in a couple of weeks too.
Ooh.
Oh, Nathan says the coolest life.
He does.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
So
Very
jealous
cool.
of Nathan with all those amazing pictures, and Pookie going on his lovely walks every morning, taking some fantastic pictures. Like today, did you see the awesome image that Pookie put up today of the kingfisher as well?
Oh, I haven't seen today's one, I don't think.
Let me see this. Hold on.
Pookie at it again. Oh.
And the lovely image of the buzzard as well.
So nice. I love the yee-haw finch. I like that.
Oh, wow.
It.
Look at those. Those are... Look at it. Autumnal photos. I love it.
And some lovely little bramblings too. I'm pretty sure they're bramblings.
And pictures. And I got Andy pics, so... What more could you want?
And I got an Andy Picks. Yes, well, everyone needs to take Andy Picks. They're the best picks.
Hmm.
Oh wow, and that one on the stream. Wow. Look at this picture.
I had an Andy Pick last week with my Red Wing.
You did. It was
Oh.
great. It looked wonderful behind that twig.
Listen, you could see that there was a bird there. I just couldn't tell what bird it was.
You were like, thrush? Question mark.
It was a brown
Wait.
stick.
Interesting.
There we go. Cool, right. So myself and Nick will be back on Friday with more Planet Crafter. It'll be episode 2. We'll see if we can start changing the sky from horrible orange to a nice blue. Maybe we'll even get some rain.
Well,
We don't know.
bring in Storm Callan.
I've no idea how fast it turns.
Same, no idea.
You know what I mean? So we just got to keep building stuff and keep exploring, don't we? So
Yeah.
And then next Wednesday we'll be back as well. Well, we've got to go talk away because Nick, you can't make it, can you? So
I won't be able to make it. So plans future seem uncertain,
Yeah, so
but things will happen.
I should be back on Wednesday. Hopefully, Kat can join me. I'll try and twist her arm.
Yeah.
And then again next Friday, like a week Friday, are you available, Nick?
I should be. Got to
Cool.
check.
Awesome. So just let me know, because obviously Planet Crafter can continue, or maybe I can dive back into Grounded for an episode. So before I forget how to play that game. Cool. Right, I think it's time. It's coming up for 9:15. It's been good. With some amazing things. Talked about some fantastic stuff.
Yeah, and then
Good times.
yeah, more to come.
More to come.
More winter wildlife to come. Are we in winter now? Yeah.
Not quite yet. Not quite yet.
Are we not? Is it December? This
I think it's December. Let me have a look. I'm going to look it up. When does winter start, UK?
I think it depends if it's like meteorological, astronomical, other illogical things.
Saturday the 21st of December is the start of December. Is the start of winter.
Cat's not impressed.
That doesn't make sense, does it? I mean,
it doesn't make sense when you consider the amount of snow we've had.
Oh, don't mention the snow. I'm actually quite bitter over it. Actually, it's quite a sore subject. Snow. I'm annoyed.
You got no snow, really?
I got literally no snow. Can I just say I got a bit at like 6 a.m, but a bit in the air, and then it just melted. But it literally seems like I've been living in this like little bubble where everybody has snow.
I'm going to make you very jealous, because I'm going to send you a picture on WhatsApp.
Please don't.
And
Please don't. I'll be up all night just like looking at it, right?
And this is what I woke up to in my back garden.
This is outside my window right now. I'm in the North Pole.
And just so people can see, it on stream. There we go.
Just so no one misses out.
What have you put it on?
I put it on I've sent it to you on WhatsApp, and then I'm showing it to people on stream. I'd 5 inches of snow.
5 inches of snow. Oh, you could have at least given me like.
I got 2 days off work because of it.
Just wait until the 21st of December. Don't you worry, Kat.
Yeah.
Winter hasn't come yet.
I'll be outside the house 21st of December, like.
Where's my snow? Where's my snow?
Any minute now.
In
my like ski jacket and ski gloves.
You see, Lakshmi shared shared what she got as well, which is lovely. She's actually done a video of it snowing, which is amazing.
Oh no! Don't show me that.
It'll snow again, I'm sure.
Haha, one
another
snowflake. Well, to be fair, Barnacle Bum, if one snowflake falls, it's classified as a white Christmas.
No.
On Christmas Day, if one snowflake falls, it's classified as a white Christmas.
Yeah, but who knows if the snowflake falls? Like, who's gonna measure like the snowflake?
Somebody will see it.
Fair. Probably me outside my house wanting snow.
I'm 4 days late. Yeah.
I'll scrape it out with research this Barnacle Bum.
On the technicality.
Right, folks. I think we should head off now.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I am going to go and put a new folder for images into our Discord channel. We'll do that in a second. That's going to be for moss, lichens, and slimes. That's what it'll be called. Please share all your amazing pictures. Please do keep fungi and autumn images and stuff coming in, as well as your wildlife encounters. It's all been amazing. We're going to go away and have a conversation about when we're going to do a mushroom mayhem or a shroom showdown or whatever it is, which is probably going to be in a couple of weeks, I expect. So
yeah,
there we go.
Yeah.
Slimes equal fungi. Well, that's true. That's true, Pookie. But that sounds TOS. What's TOS? Terms of service.
Uh-oh.
Going wild on mushrooms. Cool. Right.
Metaphorically.
Yes, metaphorically. We will see you all again very soon. Please do join us on Friday. Come and watch the mayhem with me and Nick try terraforming a planet. It's going well so far, but things can change. Cool. Right, anyway. Bye, everybody.
Thanks, guys, for watching.
Have a lovely week.
Bye-bye.